Thing I am.
Oh, it's really nice. Really nice. You have.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
No Bad Shots is back. It's been a while. We had a little bit of a hiatus. Both Stephen and I were going through some fun life things, and Stephen struggling to even wake up in the morning without some pain. He's getting really old. It's really tough. But I'm now in Seattle. A lot has changed since the last time we podcasted. How are you?
I'm doing very well, but you're the big time. Don't put me being busy. You are the extremely busy. You're the big time news move. And how's that going?
Well, appreciate you already firing me up, but it's been cool. It's been really fun. I'm with Q13 in Seattle after a weird year where a lot of people, kind of lost jobs and stuff. I was part of that with working at KXLY. Loved that in Spokane, really close to Idaho and covering the Vandals, but that came to an end because of COVID, and then worked with Pac-12, worked with Gonzaga, and now we are here. I was at Seahawks practice yesterday, like interviewing players via Zoom, and Pete Carroll walked out and talked to all of us. I was like, this is awesome. I love covering pro teams so far, and I love Seattle. I'm on a hill. I'm looking out my window, and I see South Lake Union.
Ooh, moving up.
I'm not paying my whole life savings for it either, so that's ideal.
Hey, Spokane misses you though, so don't be shy to come back and say hi to Spokane. Little Spokane.
You're being so nice to me today.
Little Spokane, just little Spokane.
Spokane's the best, but you're gonna come out to Seattle. What's up with you? Whoa, you changed you got the background.
I got some. Actually, I just ordered a bunch more, so I'm gonna have a whole array. Because this is a little close up. It's a little close for me. I need to back this camera up. give the fans something else to see. Yeah, for real.
Are you a fan? Is that Kiss?
No, this is Rolling Stones. Nope. What? Sorry, my head is different looking up your side. It's that's right here.
Oh, that's embarrassing. I didn't know that.
No, you're good. You're good. Do you know who that is? No, you don't. No, you don't.
Give me a hint.
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Yes.
So I said it. Okay, I said it.
Kramer.
Because you said it before. Kramer. Yep.
But how's the new job been though? How's everything going? I mean, it sounds like you've been busy. Can't get in touch with you.
Look, I answer texts just a little bit later than when I get them. It's been really fun. The training stuff has taken up a lot of my brain space. So that's a big reason why we've had some weeks off with this podcast. And I honestly love Q13, working with Aaron Levine, such a cool guy. And we're slowly getting back to normal with sports, covering the Storm. I haven't been anywhere in person yet outside of Seahawks. And if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear the mask. You can be out there you're really far away from the team. But it's cool to have, I've already interviewed a few players, and Q13 is the station of the Seahawks. So we have that access. We have more access. So it's been so fun. And Seattle has been, shout out to Alyssa Schultz, former volleyball player at Idaho. We live a block and a half from each other, and we lived together all 4 years in college. So we are best buds.
That's scary.
Alyssa, it's terrifying. Taking over the block.
Taking over the block for real. I mean, I won't put all the blame on you. I've been busy too. I've been in LA.
Yes.
Trying to get things done and being productive by also having a good time. But it was exciting. I mean, we got a lot done. We got a lot of our shoot done for our 2K event. We kind of dropped some teasers with it. The announcement full announcement and video should be coming soon. So people stay tuned if you're into 2K and you want to win some money and win a free trip to Vegas. So it should be fun. And LA's wild. And they just dropped their no mask mandate this week too. So everything was basically open. It's crazy.
Wow. LA did?
Yeah. In Seattle and Washington. So behind.
Yeah, well, June 30th. We'll see what
happens. Is that the date?
It's supposed to be the date. We'll find out.
Yeah.
But, okay, so we're going to tease a little story from you in LA. We're going to talk about it right after we talk about NBA headlines, because I want to hear about it. Apparently, Justin Bieber is involved, and I'm all about that because I love his music, his latest album. Judge me. I don't care. If you don't like his music or that latest album,
I forgot you loved him. I forgot that you really liked him. I should I'll have to show you the video of him. He's I'm a believer. It's
You're
nothing crazy, but we were in the same area, so it was interesting.
okay. Well, we'll talk about that and just your trip in general
Yeah,
after
for sure.
we talk about these NBA headlines because whoa, this week has been insane. Crazy performances by everybody. Like I'm loving watching Devin Booker, Trey Young, getting that like fire going back up in the NBA. Like all the trash talk he had in that series with the Knicks, tried to carry it into the Philadelphia thing, but it's not quite as fun to watch. But all the news, like the coaching changes yesterday. Which one? Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard maybe being out with the knee thing. What stood out most to you? Like what was the most
I
impact?
mean, I mean, there's so much stuff going on right now with obviously Chris Paul. The Suns are on fire right now, and they literally just pull their leader from the team for like they say indefinitely. He's tested positive for COVID. I mean, that means he's out for at least 2 weeks, which that could be the whole finals. So hopefully the Clippers Jazz series goes to 7. That will buy him some time to get back, which is good that they got out of their series quickly. But that is like huge. And then yeah, Kawhi.
Hold
It's
on,
just
before you get to the next thing, Chris Paul also told Matt Barnes on the jump that he has been vaccinated. And that's
oh
the
yeah,
weird
that's right.
thing. Like, so like hopefully it could help him get out of protocol early if he like continues to test and test and test and then gets negative. I don't know if that like expedites the process, but that's wild if he really did test positive after getting the vaccine. I don't know. That's
Well, how
interesting
long
to me.
ago? It'd be interesting to see how long ago he got the vaccine because there's always all those things like a couple months it takes or
But there's no
how
way
long.
he got it before like February or March, right? Because like we got it, it was open to everybody in like April. I mean, like the world, the United
Yeah,
States,
yeah, yeah.
April.
True, true, true. So yeah, it'd be interesting.
Yeah,
That
we'll
just
see.
sucks. I feel bad for the Suns because they're playing so well and they just have this momentum going, and you take your leader right out of the team. Sucks.
And poor Chris Paul, because he has not gone far.
Yes.
He's not gone to where he's wanted to go in his whole career, and he's getting up there in age. And the Suns have had such an unreal turnaround this last year. So, uh,
And like the Monty Williams thing, I don't know if you saw that, like how they have like their close relationship with happened with Monty Williams. You know how his wife
Chris,
died. His wife died in a like horrific car accident.
yeah,
And like Chris Paul was like the first one. Yeah, so a while ago. So Monty Williams was his coach in New Orleans, or yeah, New Orleans when he played for the Hornets, when they were still the Hornets, Hornets. And
mhm.
yeah, but like when like Monty Williams was talking about just literally like last week, right before he gets all this COVID stuff, he's like, yeah, Chris Paul was always like the first one there for me when anything was happening in my life. And now they've reunited and now they're taking this team to like the Western Conference Finals, and it sucks. It just sucks for them. And I really have like kind of hopped on the Suns bandwagon for sure.
Same. I'm so with you. So hopefully, like this could turn into an even better story because that's cool to know that background info. Like if
Yeah.
things go well with him COVID wise and he can come back, because no matter what, next year, I mean, depending on DeAndre Ayton and like contracts and stuff, they're so fun to watch. I hope they keep it together.
Yeah, definitely.
But LeBron James
Yes.
making himself
LeBron,
relevant still, even though he's not.
uh, he loves to slip himself into the media headline when he's not
Sure
part of it.
does.
And like, even just when he like when their series ended and he's talking about, oh, I'm going to go worry about playing with Bugsy or all the Space Jam characters. When he talks about that, and they like, ask him a question like, come on, LeBron, just just say it's over. You guys lost. It was tough. I know, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it's always something. But he did make a point. We've talked about this before, like the amount of games that have been crammed together, the way the season turned around, the injuries, it's happening. And it's continuing to happen to the best players in NBA.
Yeah. So like the quote that he said, do you have it up by chance?
I do not have it up
Because
right now.
okay, because I didn't. I know he blasted the NBA. That was like the headline that I saw. But we talked to Terrence Ross, on our last podcast, and he totally believed that having these back to back seasons has felt like one long season, but it also contributes to injury. And statistically, back in March, I was reading up on it, and like statistically, there wasn't a huge change, but I think it's like progressing. The more we see in the playoffs, you have guys out like crazy, and like Harden and Kyrie and it's making more of an impact now than it might have like in the middle of the season.
Yeah, it's crazy because there's obviously like the fluke ones, like when people get there, like Kyrie stepped on the guy's foot, that just happens.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
there's other ones where they're non-contact ones that you're seeing. It's like that's where the body's given out and has been running too long. Like even Kawhi's was just like a little thing. I was watching that game. I was like, what the heck? Like that, boom, his knee. And now it's like they're saying possible ACL. And it's
Yeah.
just like everybody, it's getting bad.
And by the time this podcast is released, we probably will know about Kawhi. So we're saying right now
Yes.
there's a lot of rumors going around that it is a tear, but we don't know for sure. But no matter what, I mean,
That would suck. That would
playoff
suck.
P
I know,
won,
playoff P.
which was shocking. That's not going to happen again.
Pandemic P. Pandemic P's gone. Did you see Serge Ibaka, what he said? Did you see that today on
No.
Instagram? Serge Ibaka made a list or like a format thing, like a letter that said like apologize, sign up to apologize to Paul George for like playoff. I'll have to find it, show it to you. But it's like a petition to apologize to apologize to him. It's funny though.
Until he makes it into the finals, I don't know if we can do that. We'll see.
But that was a big win. That was a big win.
It was huge. It was huge. And he's had some incredible performances, and he's really fun to watch for sure.
Shout out to Joe Ingles. I saw Joe Ingles. Actually, I saw Joe Ingles in LA when we were out there.
Did you?
Yeah, we're going to like a breakfast spot in Beverly Hills, and their team stays like right up the street, and we're just pulling up. We're like, is that Joe Ingles? And I was like, they just got into town, so we said, "What's up to him?" And
casual.
Yeah, I mean, in LA, you can see anyone, which is crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure since Joe Ingles is for sure listening to this podcast.
Shout out Joe.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm being completely sarcastic. There's no way he's listening, but eventually, maybe. Okay, so wait, is there any other thing other than Stan Van Gundy fired? Another coach was fired. Wizards parted ways with Scott Brooks, so that affects our guy Landon Tatum. We'll have to catch up with him soon.
Yeah, they couldn't come to an agreement. The Mavs situation is really interesting right now. What's going on with them? There's inside information or inside people talking about that Luka is they're worried they're not going to be able to keep him there long term, which is very scary for them. Kristaps Porzingis is saying like doesn't want to be a side piece. He's saying he's more of a sidekick and not a co-main, which is kind of tough to say when you average like 3 point barely any rebounds and you're 7'3",
sir.
And then
check their stats.
And then they just let go of their general manager, Donnie Nelson, a couple days ago. So it's really interesting to see what's going to go with the Mavs, who they're going to bring in there. Obviously, they're going to bring in someone that can attract people, but that's gonna be an interesting situation because, like nowadays, you just don't want to waste these guys' young years when they're being really good. And
you got to surround Luka with talent. And I mean, I don't worry. I mean, Marc Cuban, is he going to step in and try to coach? Take his time off with Shark Tank, whatever.
Well, it's so funny. Watching those games, he's like so into it. And it's funny because
so animated.
The Mavs Cavs is like the two best owners to just show them on TV. You have Ballmer down here going crazy, and you got Cuban down here going crazy. And it's so funny. But he said like with Rick Carlisle, they said that they were going to fire Rick, or like people are like, you got to get rid of Rick Carlisle. He's been there forever or whatever. And he's like, why do I need to get rid of him? Like, it's just like he has that more old school state of mind where nowadays people just want to get rid of everybody right away.
Yeah.
Like, why it's not broken.
Yeah. Let him see what we can do. And that's like you run the risk of a Stan Van Gundy where it's not like he was a bad coach, but you hire him in and after 1 year you have to let him go. And then you're in the same, position that you were in literally a year ago. But
that's what also the same thing with Zion just came out today also with Zion. That like his family members are saying that he's not happy with what New Orleans is doing, like with people around him, and that's family members. But I mean, it sucks because you want to keep these guys in these smaller markets to keep the NBA kind of have these good teams in all these pockets of the country. But I think nowadays it's going to be tougher and tougher to keep these guys on their rookie contract and keep them there.
Yeah, and guys know that they can demand a lot if they're in great shape, in the best shape of their lives. The player empowerment thing is really getting, I feel like LeBron kind of started most of it and like going where you want to go and speaking out if you're not happy. And it's going to be interesting to see how far it goes. Yeah, Anthony Davis, totally.
That's probably one of the biggest ones where he actually like sat out. But
yeah.
Speaking of other things, did you get a chance to watch the Philly game yesterday versus the Hawks? I know you were working probably.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch all of it. I was watching Twitter and I saw the stats of Ben Simmons going 4 of 14 from the free throw line. And then I saw Nigel Williams-Goss tweeted, like, I don't usually talk about basketball on here, but how are we not getting Ben Simmons shots in the fourth quarter? And I can't tell you how many people were like, because he doesn't make them. He doesn't make them because he doesn't make them. Like so many people have the same tweets. Like, yikes! Imagine being known as like the non-clutch guy, and you're supposed to be one of the best players on the team, top two best players on the team with him and Embiid.
It's incredible, and obviously Trey Young is. I mean, they were up by 20, I think 26 at one point.
26. Yeah.
I just felt like it's Joel Embiid gets so tired. Like he had like 27 in the first half, and he ends up scoring 10 more in the second. It's like
He
when
disappears.
he disappears, and like when people are hitting threes, like the Hawks just keep hitting threes, and they just have shooters everywhere. And Trey Young is just nasty. Really, it's ridiculous.
He does literally.
If they win, it'll be insane. It's gonna be insane.
And the Atlanta Hawks. Oh my god.
Atlanta Hawks versus a beat up Nets team probably if the Nets get past the
Yeah. Get past the Bucks, which that's another coach that might need to be canned after.
Budenholzer.
Yeah, Budenholzer. With the Bucks, like that's the same thing with Giannis not being surrounded by talent, and it's been 3 or 4 years of mediocrity. And Chris Middleton being your guy that's taking clutch shots at the end of games too. It's like, is he that kind of guy? I'm not sure, but that just reminded me. Jay Williams had a great quote on Ben Simmons or just the Philadelphia 76ers blowing leads, saying they should teach a master class on how to blow leads, pay $34.99, however much it is. They're very good at it, and they could teach lessons on it.
Doc Rivers though, his list. I saw someone actually tweet that his list of blowing leads is not good.
It's long.
Not good. He's a great coach, but there's a lot of losing leads there.
Yeah, well, and from a coaching perspective, I mean, you've been a coach. It's like you have to have players that want to step up in the moment and should step up in the moment. Because I'm sure Ben Simmons wants to, but should he be? Like, you got to. I don't know. You got to go out and
you cannot shoot. It's crazy.
No, it's wild.
I don't get it.
For him, how do you not expand your game a little bit more? Yeah,
that like elbows out.
College. Remember Lonzo Ball's shot in college?
Yeah, but at least Lonzo had a good follow through, and like he still made them. His percentages weren't awful at UCLA. They weren't.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're right. Percentages wise, like that was, fine, but follow through, that's debatable. I don't think anything about his shot was pretty. Anyways, anything else on the NBA before I force you to tell us some stories about Los Angeles?
Crew. I don't think there's much else. I mean, the NBA is getting really good. I can't wait to watch this Nets game tonight. I'll tell you that. The Bucks.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a chance. With just Kevin Durant, James Harden literally scored 0 points. Kevin Durant probably had one of the best performances I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. He missed a free throw. He's pissed. I've been in those situations where you miss a free throw. Fuck, I should have had 50 there.
Should have had 50. Dang. So rough. But he's peak form. He is a freak. Yeah. And he is back to being, I think, like the best scorer in the NBA. I don't see anyone else being.
He played every minute. He played every minute. Yeah. Steve Nash hugging him. That was just a classic. And I knew when I saw that after the game, I was like, it's going to be all over the internet. It's so funny. So funny. Like, thank you. Thank you.
We needed it. Thank you for my life. Shout out to Kenny Mayne. Okay, so Los Angeles, you were there with some buddies.
Yeah, so me and Terrence went out there obviously to do our promo shoot and to do some podcasting, which we did. And then I had a couple of buddies come out with us. And so obviously Terrence is part of Clutch. So they have the inn at all the nicest restaurants, all the nicest clubs, stuff like that. So the first night we go out to this like nice dinner. It's like cool vibe, DJ, real dim, real nice place. And we're just sitting there and we're having a good time, just listening to music, watching people. Like Vernon Davis came in. There was like a bunch of people. I can't. There's just like a bunch of celebrities.
Let's go. All the name drops, please.
And so we're sitting there, and KB, Kyle Brown, that played with us, he's like sitting there, he's like, who's this bald headed or like this shaved white guy just bouncing his head like this? And he's just like this, and he's sitting like a table, we're literally right behind us. And we're like, look over, like, that's Bieber. Like, what the heck's Bieber doing here? And he's like by himself.
Wait, is it bald or blonde?
It's like shaved. His head's like shaved.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because he had long hair.
Continue. So, yeah. I think
so. He has like this big old coat on, and he's just sitting there, just like vibing. It's like it was weird because when he got there, it was like 10 Kanye West songs in a row. So he's just sitting there, just like bobbing his head to Kanye West.
Do you think he ordered that? Like he requested?
I don't know. Maybe.
By himself though?
Yeah. So he's sitting there by himself, and we're all like, we're like taking pictures, and actually you're not even supposed to be taking videos. They almost took my friend's phone because he's taking a video of me. So we like
Oh,
get
no
this,
way.
we get yeah. So we're like looking at him, just like, what is he doing here by himself? Like obviously everyone knows this is Bieber. He's obviously a mega star,
Yeah.
and so
Everybody's yeah.
we didn't obviously we're not gonna go talk to him, but we're just sitting there, and then we're like, all right, we're gonna go get up and go to the club, and so we leave. We're like, why was he? He was there for an hour and a half, like an hour and 15 minutes, literally by himself, just sitting at a table. Like, where's his wife? Where's anybody? Like, is anybody coming here? And um, we get up and leave, and then KB like goes to the bathroom, and then we're waiting for him outside, and he comes out. He's like, "Dude, I just got stopped like right as I was walking it back through the dinner thing, and like 30 people come walking in, and it was the Migos to hang out with Beebs there."
No way.
Yeah. So the next night
Showing up
we
a little
see,
late.
yeah. So the next night we see on Instagram that they were all together and they were like doing something or making music, or we're expecting something from them coming here soon. But it was just hilarious. We're like, why the heck is he by himself for literally an hour? And then the Migos show up. Like,
Wow. So like in a month when a new song is released, you're gonna know that you were there
we were
for
there.
the brain storm of that like collaboration.
Yeah.
Not Bieber hanging out by himself because like there's no way that.
Yeah. It makes you think like what is the day in the life of like Bieber like what does he
Yeah.
do, like what is he like? We were just sitting there like, what's Biebs doing? And then and then like that next day we're watching a UFC fight that's in Arizona, and he's sitting like ringside, and we're just like, look at it, he's right there, like we just saw him last night, like late last night.
You know, you've made it big when you're at a restaurant and there's like many other people there thinking about what a day in your life is like.
I can't imagine what Bieber does on
You've
a
made it.
daily, just chilling.
A lot of singing. I think he
Does he
serenades
though? Does he though? Does
people
he
all
make
the
a lot of
time.
music?
Yeah. Oh, I see him just singing all throughout his house and like singing to the toaster and the microwave and just serenading everybody. That's what he does. That's what I choose to believe. Believe. Did you
The
catch that?
believer, the believers. So then
Big
the last night we get to this place, and so since Terrence is part of Clutch, there's obviously a lot of guys that are part of Clutch. So we go
Mhm.
out, we're hanging out. Here comes Lonzo Ball, comes right to us in our booth, and Lonzo Ball's wearing a hat, sunglasses, and a hoodie on in the club,
Trying to
and
be so incognito.
he literally didn't say like. I talked to him for maybe like a second. I was like, oh, he doesn't really want to talk to anybody. He literally didn't say anything like the whole night. I was just sitting like this in our booth, just bouncing his head, listening to music too the whole night.
Really, just silent.
Really quiet. Like, I mean, we talked to him. He literally sat next to one of my good friends in my home. He was just like, said like a couple of things to them, and they literally sat there for like 2 hours and didn't say anything, and just had a good. It was a great time. Like we all had a good time. It was just so funny. It's definitely a different world out
Different
there for
world.
sure.
And I
J.R.
wonder
Smith,
because
there's everybody's
J.R.
in there.
Smith, of course, J.R. Smith was out there. He's probably chugging vodka. Hennessy. Correct me. Yeah, that's just, now that's all I'm gonna picture. Like when you say you're going to LA, or like when people tell me they're in LA, I'm just gonna picture people in clubs with shades on, like bouncing back and forth.
Seriously, that's what it was.
Like,
I was
we
like
don't
looking over, I'm like,
That's not our thing. We
no,
don't care. That's overrated.
but it just makes you see like this is just like our normal night for them. They live here, so they're probably just coming to just hang out and just listen to music and just hang out. Like that's all it was to
That's
them.
so true.
You
Just
know what I
be
mean?
somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like my birthday, so I'm let's go.
Oh yeah, we saw the Instagram stories and
I
the
know.
Snapchats.
Deleted them all. Quickly. Didn't want people to see those.
You had your fun. You had to.
Take my
Happy
phone.
late birthday.
Take my phone away.
Yeah, you should leave it at the house next time. 37 years old. So proud of you.
Scootering
Congrats.
around, scootering around Beverly Hills. 37. Thank you.
What it reminded me when we were talking about Marc Cuban just being kind of like an annoyed, mad dad in the stands. What kind of dad are you? And like, what kind of dad are you going to be watching your kids play basketball? Because I know you're going to force them to play basketball. I'm going to force mine to play basketball.
Well, okay. So last night I went to Harper's ballet recital.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm not going to be a loud dad, but there is things that just irritate me. I'm like, just do it right. Just do it right. Yeah. Like, like I could just see her, like, she's obviously, and she's young and she's like not prepared, but she's just like watching her partner and doing all the stuff from her partner, looking at her. And I'm just like, how do you not know this? You've been in class for 2 months now. Come on.
And like critiquing Harper's every that way.
Yeah, well, it's just tough. I'm definitely not gonna be the guy that yells, but like even when I watched her play basketball last year, I'm just yeah, I'll help
You're
her
gonna
with whatever she needs, but I'm not gonna yell. I just
you're gonna
can't be
coach
that
her up in the
person.
car.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I could hear
that's
my
good.
dad. I could always hear my dad like when I was playing. Like I could always just hear him in the side of my ear, just saying like little things, and I just be like, Dad, just stop saying them. I know, I know,
I
I know.
know, I get it. Your dad has that coach mindset too, but he's
And his
not. He doesn't seem.
voice,
Is it booming?
it's just like booming, but he would always just say like, it's not like he would yell a bunch of things. It would just be like one thing, like you know, follow
Yeah,
through or
yeah.
something like follow through like and I'm just like okay I know I
Reminders
missed
that
the
you guys
shot
talked
damn
about
it.
before. And you're not going to get dinner because you missed it. No dinner. We're going to
Like
sleep outside.
hey, that happens to people, man.
It does. It
I've
does.
had, I've had people, I know people that it's happened to and it's not pretty.
Like crazy dad stories. I'm very lucky with mine. Shout out to Scott because
Exactly.
I had to kind of tell him off a little bit in eighth grade because it was all like critical. He was so involved and such a wonderful person and dad and like such a great coach, but it just got too negative for me. And I don't know if that's a guy or girl thing, but I was like, look, my confidence is going to go down the toilet if we keep this rate like after games because I'm not good. Like in eighth grade, I was terrible. So this is just going to be bad. So then we had to talk and it was all kind of positive coaching and feel it out from there. So
Hey, it's funny.
I
It's
had that
funny that
talk.
it's funny they say that because my dad coached me a lot, like summer leagues and for high school and middle school. I remember I was such an asshole. But there, I remember there was one practice.
Surprise. Kidding. Kidding.
There's one practice where my dad was just like, all right, we're gonna do like a passing drill. Just, get a partner pass. And my friends will remember this, but I literally was just like, I can't. I was like, why are we doing this? Like, why are we doing this drill right now? Like, we're in like eighth grade or ninth grade. I'm like, why am I doing a passing drill? And I was like, I would purposely like just not get it to my partner. And he just would yell at like we would literally go. Me and my dad went back and forth for so long, and like it was the same thing as you. Like I just like at one point I was like, I dad, we can't do this. Like we're both just butting heads all the time. Like, no, why are we running a 2-3 zone? Why are we running stay to man? They're making 3-pointers.
you're,
Please stop. Please
you're
stop.
the coach on the floor, like telling them
Yes.
not to do what he's telling. You're
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad for a point. And then like once that stopped and he was just watching it, like obviously our relationship got a lot better. But he taught me everything, so I can't get mad at him.
Right, right. We love our dads. We love
For real.
coaches. But like
For real.
if you gotta tell them off or just have that conversation, don't be afraid. It'll help you
Yeah.
out in the long run.
For real.
Okay. We gotta talk a little bit Idaho. Idaho football.
Vandals.
Vandals. Today's National Mascot Day. So shout out to Joe Vandal. We love you. We don't know who you are. We may never. And you might change every year, but we love
I
you.
think I think I met Joe Vandal.
You know him?
It was a late night. I think we are at John Alley's. It was Joe Vandal.
He's like, I'm Joe Vandal. Do you know me? It's like, I know
think
you're
I saw-
a sweaty guy inside of a costume.
I think I saw him in the bottom basement of Memorial Gym taking off his sweaty mascot, just sweating his ass off. I'm like, that's Joe. There's man. It's just Joe Vandal.
Shout out to mascots. I don't know how they do it. That sounds so uncomfortable. And they just like, they're smiling the whole time. They're- Probably not. But outward they are. So shout out to Joe Vandal. Also, Chris Hammond pointed this out on Twitter. There is a fake Paul Petrino account on Twitter that's saying like post football recruiting vids. Ignore that and
Wait,
report
what?
him. Yeah,
Wait,
there's a
what?
fake Paul Petrino account. Yeah. Let me get the Twitter handle.
And he's posting what?
He posted like recruits, post your videos below or post your recruiting videos below. Let me find it.
Does it have any followers though, or does it just look really fake?
It looks pretty real, and they retweet like Idaho stuff. They have a picture of Paul Petrino as like he's just mean mugging the camera, and then he's like it's 157 followers, and I have to find the actual tweet. But he's like tweeting, okay, it says, I wish some of these recruits know how silly they look putting on a jersey and tweeting out unofficial visits to schools that haven't even offered them. Hashtag food for thought.
That's pretty
That's
messed
not
up.
him. That's not
I mean, no coach would ever say that if you're trying to get a player.
right. It's Paul_Petrino. But like also I kind of agree with whoever posted that because you guys do look silly just putting out all of your like, I'm so blessed to get this offer from this. I'm so sick of that. We can have a whole podcast on that because Oh, it's so
Yeah.
annoying.
Oh, so
Like
he's
I get
saying like unofficial visits. He's talking about unofficial visits. Is that what you're talking about?
yes.
So, but there is times where the team does put jerseys on you to take pictures.
True, true.
That's a
It's
new
like
thing.
that is true. But I'm more talking about like when you individually go out and like do your own thing.
Edit it. Like
Yes.
someone edits it. Yeah, there's a lot of that's like it's like nowadays it's like everybody does that. It's annoying.
Yeah. And like it just I get it. You have to promote yourself too with this part. Like I'm so blessed to receive offers from oh,
Yeah.
University of Oklahoma, University of I'm like, congrats, but also like just make your decision and I don't know.
It is
That's
weird.
all.
It is weird because like when we did it, when we played, there was like websites doing it for us, like Rivals, Scout.com. They were
Mhm.
posting all that. But now it's so self promotion. It's out of this world that you like have to though. Like if you're a big time name,
Yeah.
it does help you when you're trying to raise these ranks of like, hey, it does matter. If I'm the 20th best player to like the top 5 best player in the nation, that could
Mhm.
almost automatically give me like an NBA draft opportunity just being a top 5 high school player because in 1 year that potential
True.
is still there. But the
I
problem
get
is everybody else. The problem is all the other people that aren't like anything that are posting it, and
yeah.
you're just like, okay, just let it go,
I get
man.
like the Chet Holmgrens and like
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
make my announcement this time, this day. Like enough people care. But if it's like you got your, offer from something tech of state of like,
yeah,
like I'm not gonna like crap on any like actual
yeah.
schools out there. But I don't want people coming after me. Kidding. But I don't know. Mini rant. But yeah, at Paul_Petrino, do not believe what they say because he said he tweeted recruits drop film below and people really did it like people
That's
are putting
bad.
like their
That's bad.
and Chris Hammond, shout out to him, he said this is a parody account. If you want to actually get a hold of coach, please tag one of their real coaches. This is not real. So that was funny. But also their season starts September 4th. Pumped about that. Cool to watch Benson Mayowa. I'm gonna ask
Oh
him
yeah,
how pronounce
right.
that officially, but he showed up at Seahawks practice for the mandatory minicamp this week, and I don't know if he'll remember me, but we were at school at the same time. He knows you, so we should
He
get him on
will
the
definitely
podcast.
remember you. Let's stop it. Get him on the podcast. Tell him to come on. He will definitely remember
Okay.
you.
I'll scream at him from far away.
Yes,
Get him on.
definitely. Well,
Any other parting words? This was fun. We'll have another guest on soon.
peace. I'm joking.
He's a believer. He's a believer. I've always been one.
I'll send you the picture. You'll see it.
Okay, perfect. And we'll post it all over Twitter.
No, we won't.
All right.
But thank you again from War Memorial Gym. This is Alyssa Charleston and Stephen Madison. Peace. Good work.
Cut out the piece because I look awkward right before that.